5 tips for how to not be nervous and have a great job interview. Most would agree that job interviews can be pretty scary and nerve-wracking. To avoid letting your nerves get the best of you and blowing the interview, check out this short video to learn some of the most important tips I share with my clients for a successful job interview. The nerves you feel before and during the interview depend on primarily 2 things: your confidence in your skills to do the job, and maybe even more so, your level of preparation for the interview. These 5 tips will make you feel more confident, whether you're a newbie or a seasoned professional. Number 1. Develop your communication skills. Having good communication skills is critical to having a good life in general. But it is even more important when you have to sell yourself and your ability to stand out against the competition. Having solid communication skills will allow you to express what you need to without sounding boastful or desperate. But how do you develop communication skills for your interview, possibly in a short amount of time? A great way to do it is to read about your industry before the interview. Read as many blogs, articles, and books as you can before the big day, by searching the target company's websites and social sites, its competitors, and online industry sites, as well as books online. Once you've read lots about your industry as it pertains to your potential position, search for and view YouTube videos and webinars as well. It might seem like a lot, but the huge benefit is you'll not only know what the chatter is in your industry, but you'll be familiar with the most important phrases and terms you can use in your answers to questions. Number 2. Bring positive energy. There's nothing worse for hiring managers than interviewing a boring and unenthusiastic candidate. So make sure you bring your best energy and enthusiasm to the interview. That means getting a good night's sleep the night before and waking up rested and positive about the day and its potential outcomes. Hours before the interview, review all your notes and the company's website. Being confident in your preparation will help keep your enthusiasm up. During the interview, make sure to shake hands if appropriate, bring your best smile, and start every answer seeking a positive end. If you have to talk about a negative experience in your past, turn it into something positive and share how you learned from it and how it made you a better professional for having experienced it. Finally, don't forget that body language is very important. Walk confidently, sit straight, make good eye contact with whoever is talking to you, and remember to smile while you speak. Number 3. Know your strengths and how to sell them. In some form or another, the question of your strengths and/or weaknesses will come up. Be prepared. Make sure you know at least the top 3 skills they're looking for in a candidate, and then talk about how your education, knowledge, and experiences directly speak to those needs. Speak with optimism about the challenges of the position and how your strengths can meet and beat those challenges. And avoid responses that might seem disingenuous, such as "I don't have any weaknesses." We all have weaknesses, and they know this. What they're looking for is that you can express your past challenges from a practical higher level, and that you can share how stumbles in your past are lessons that have made you into a better person and professional. Number 4. Anticipate concerns about your skills or qualifications. Whether it's a gap in your work history or a certification or degree not attained, there will be something from your resume or past that they might choose to challenge to determine if you can do the job. Anticipate those concerns ahead of time. Thoroughly review your resume for any gaps that may be questioned by the interviewer. And if there are any, prepare good and confident answers ahead of time. Have a gap in your job history? Explain that you were getting more education or training, that you were working independently or consulting, or taking a brief pause to help family. Whatever the reason, communicate that it was a deliberate and positive reason for the gap in time. Have a gap in your learning or training? Explain that you have other training or experiences that compensate for that gap, or that you're still pursuing education through online training, networking events, and even volunteering to get real hands-on experience. Or don't wait for the interview to address this. Get ahead of it by signing up for online webinars and training to add to the resume. This way you show that you're proactively addressing the knowledge gap. And keep in mind, if they didn't think you could do the job, you wouldn't be getting interviewed. And in these cases, their need for your help is greater than any gaps in your past. So don't let being unprepared for a surprise question take you down. Number 5. If you've been listening, you'll know the final tip already. And that's to practice, practice, and practice some more for your interview. Confidence comes from competence, and you get that from practicing. So for starters, practice answering all the common questions. In almost every job interview, there are questions such as, why do you want this job? What are your strengths and weaknesses? How do you deal with pressure or conflicts with others? Prepare for these common questions by researching the best answers online, and then writing a good, short response for each of them to practice delivering before the interview. If you follow these 5 great tips, you won't be nervous and will have a much more positive interview experience. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And for more interview tips and resources, visit my website via the link in the show notes below.